Good morning, dear students. Is Miss Lilian talking to you in our second virtual class. As in the first one, I told you that in the next one, we were going to continue with the grammar of the unit. In this case, the grammar related to relationships in Unit 3. It is present perfect and present perfect progressive. We are going to see the difference between these two grammar tenses, okay? Okay, the present perfect always shows a connection between the past and the present. That's a connection. The present perfect progressive is an unfinished action, okay? We are going to see the rule of the present perfect. How do we form a sentence in present perfect? As we have seen before in previous lessons or in previous classes, we have seen that we begin with the subject plus have, has, that's the auxiliary, the verb in the third column of the verbs, which is the past participle, past the complement. We are going to see two examples, okay? She has run several marathons, okay? Has is the auxiliary and run is the verb in the third line. We can also write she's instead to she has, which is the same. But how can we realize that it is not is and it is has? Because the verb is in the third line. Now we have a question. Have you ever swum in the ocean? The auxiliary have and the verb swim in the third column. Now, we are going to see as well the rule of the present progressive. We begin again with the subject plus have has plus been plus verb with ing plus complement. Okay? Why do we have has? When do we use has, for example? We use has for the third person singular, which is he, she, or it. And we use have for all the other subjects that we have. We have some examples. It has been raining all day. We have the auxiliary has and been and raining with the verb with ing. I have been learning English since 2008. The same. Have because the subject is I, been and learning with ing. In the third example, I have been learning English for 12 years. Okay, we have since and for. We are going to see later the difference between since and for. Okay, the difference between present progressive and present perfect. When we use the present perfect progressive, we can see, I have been working here for a few weeks. That's the present perfect progressive, which is temporary. What does it mean temporary? That it is not for always. It's temporary. Now we are going to see the present perfect. I have worked here since I left school. Have worked is the present perfect, so it is permanent. It is the opposite of temporary. We can also show emphasis or completion with the present perfect. So we have to make emphasis. We are going to see some examples. I have done my homework. This means that my homework is completed now. So I finished to do my homework. I have washed the car. This means that the car is clean now. So the action is completed too. Now we are going to see the use or the difference of for and since. I have been teaching English since 2000. I have been teaching English for 20 years. These two sentences means the same, but we make the difference because we use since is a point in time beginning at the time, and for is a period of time. It is the length of the time. When do we use for and since? For example, since we say since Sunday, since graduated from college, since 2005. The examples for a few hours, for 3 months, or for ages. Okay. To practice these two grammar tenses, do the exercises that you have in your student book in page 133. These are grammar extra exercises that they are going to help you to understand better. Okay? Don't forget to study the verbs and to try to learn by heart because they are going to be very useful to do these grammar tenses. For questions or some doubts, you can contact my email lilianvelav@gmail.com. Okay? Thanks for your attention, and we are going to meet in the next class.